question number 4 is very easy. In which quadrant does the point lies? You can tell in which quadrant the point lies. -3, 5. Lie in which quadrant? Shazan. And question number 2 also, you don't have to do anything. You have to rationalize and then you have to compare it.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, that I'm okay, ma'am. I just want you to discuss a little bit of that question. It will be like, ma'am, सारे question में बस थोड़ा एक बार बस एक glance like quick.
You're having too many questions of your statistics.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, the sample paper is like this, so the question paper is almost like this kind of only. And sometimes what happens is like the section A and D, means 2 or 3 sections are same as the sample paper. Sometimes it happens.
You are given that find the area of an equilateral triangle having each side as x centimeter. That also you can take out. Find equilateral triangle area. Find the area of triangle base and altitude. This is also from. See, many of the questions, Shazan, you just directly have to put it in the formula. Like find the area of an equilateral triangle. This we have discussed. What will be the area of the equilateral triangle? Okay. So you can just directly put it in the formula. See, equilateral triangle. Okay, this is isosceles. Equilateral triangle area we have already discussed. It will be √3/2a. Okay, so see question number. Till then everybody is joining. We can discuss this. See, for question number which one? Where it is? Question number 7. You don't have to do anything. There is nothing to discuss here. You just have to apply the formula. It is a 1 marks question. Okay, √3/2a. Okay, where it is x, so √3/2 x unit. √3/2a x centimeter. That will be your area. And similarly, a, find the area of a triangle whose base and altitude are 5 centimeter and 4. So half base into height. Okay, so it will be 10 centimeter. Express 2/11 as a decimal fraction. So you can express this 2/11 as a decimal fraction. Okay, find the area of an isosceles triangle having base 2 centimeter and length of one of the side. See, isosceles triangle is also given here. See, so you just have to directly put in the formulas for section 1. I'm talking about section 1, Shazan. Okay, there's nothing much to discuss in section 1. Are you facing any problem in section 1? Any particular question?
The statistic question.
Question number 6. Shazan, you're talking about question number 6?
Yes, ma'am. That will be question number 6.
Draw the frequency polygon representing the above data without drawing the histogram. Okay, that I will tell you this. What is your statistic question? I will tell you in the class. Okay, or just after the class, you wait for 10 minutes, then I will tell you. Not today, tomorrow class. Consider 2 postulates given below. We are saying Euclid is not giving. Euclid is also coming. Given any 2 distinct points A and B, there exists a third point C, which is between A and B. ये आपको यूक्लिड का जो पोस्टुलेट है ना, उसी को बस डिस्कस कर लेना है, ठीक है? वो
यूक्लिड मैम व्हाट टू डू फॉर लाइक नहीं समझना आता मैम यूक्लिड सेक्शन.
यूक्लिड के जो भी पोस्टुलेट है ना, शज़ान पोस्टुलेट है वो याद करने होंगे. और देखो एग्जाम में एक एग्जांपल के साथ याद करो, क्योंकि वो 1 मार्क्स क्वेश्चन में ही पूछे जा सकते हैं, ठीक है? और एक एग्जांपल पता होना चाहिए. और पोस्टुलेट का भी वहां पे प्रूव है और 1-2 क्वेश्चन है, ठीक है? फ्रॉम एनसीईआरटी आल्सो. उसको थोड़ा सा प्रिपेयर करो. बहुत कोई इतना लेंथी चैप्टर नहीं है, ओके? वो इतना कोई भी लेंथी चैप्टर नहीं है, उसको बस थोड़ा सा करना है. एंड देन व्हाट इज देयर? हु हैज जॉइंड? Okay, ma'am is joined. There exist at least 3 points that are not on the same line. This is also postulate. Okay, do these postulate contain any undefined terms? Are these postulates consistent? Do you follow? Do they follow from Euclid's postulate? Explain. Okay. Shazan, तुमने सारे क्वेश्चन खुद से सॉल्व करने की ट्राई किए हैं?
मैम जस्ट
जस्ट आया और तुमने जस्ट मुझे भेज दिया. ऐसे कैसे होगा? हाँ शज़ान,
मैम बस इसलिए भेज दी ताकि ना
सारे क्वेश्चन अभी बैठ के क्लास होने के बाद तुम्हारे पास अच्छा खासा सफिशिएंट टाइम है. 7 o'clock का टाइमर लगा के कितनी देर का पेपर है? 3 आवर्स का पेपर है, ठीक है? तो 3 आवर नहीं, तुम 2 आवर का ही टाइमर लगा के एक बार उसको करो, ठीक है? उसके बाद जहाँ पे क्वेश्चन नहीं वो आता है, वो क्वेश्चन नंबर मुझे भेजना, ठीक है? क्योंकि मैक्सिमम क्वेश्चन तुम कर लोगे. ओके, ये जितने भी 1 मार्क्स के क्वेश्चन, इसमें तो कोई भी मुझे ऐसा नहीं लग रहा है जो तुम नहीं कर पाओगे, ठीक है? एंड इन फैक्ट इन सेक्शन नंबर बी आल्सो रैशनलाइज द डिनोमिनेटर. यू डोंट नो हाउ टू रैशनलाइज द डिनोमिनेटर. तो एक बार इसको करो, ठीक है? उसके बाद फिर मार्क करो. फिर मैं एक करके सारे क्वेश्चन डिस्कस कर लूंगी, ठीक है? क्लास में assuming that x y z are positive real numbers, simplify रूट से बाहर निकलेगा. राइट द कोऑर्डिनेट्स ऑफ ईच ऑफ. अब यहाँ पे देखो क्वेश्चन नंबर 14 जो है, राइट द कोऑर्डिनेट्स ऑफ ईच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग पॉइंट्स मार्क्ड इन द ग्राफ. नाउ यू कैन मार्क दिस. ओके, ऑल द पॉइंट्स दैट इज मार्क्ड. तुम्हें ग्राफ में से अब जैसे यहाँ पे क्लियर मुझे लग नहीं रहा है. अब क्यू है, क्यू के पॉइंट्स, क्यू की वैल्यू क्या होगी? 7, 6. ओके, दैट यू कैन डायरेक्टली सी एंड राइट. ओके, तो ये सारे क्वेश्चन तुम्हें डिस्कस करने की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी, तुम एक बार सॉल्व करने की ट्राई करो, उसके बाद फाइनली विल डिस्कस. ओके, इफ द डिफरेंस बिटवीन टू सप्लीमेंट्री एंगल इज 40, फाइंड द एंगल. ये सारे क्वेश्चंस करो. द हाइट ऑफ एन इक्विलैटरल ट्रायंगल मेजर्स 9 सेंटीमीटर, फाइंड इट्स एरिया, करेक्ट टू 2 प्लेसेस ऑफ डेसिमल.
अच्छा बना था, इतना निकाल दिया आपने माँ की तरह.
Okay, figure LM is a line parallel to x-axis at the distance h and what is the coordinate of the point. Maximum questions you'll be able to do. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है, एक बार टाइमर लगा के उसको ट्राई करो. ठीक है, आफ्टर दैट जो जो क्वेश्चन में तुमको डाउट हो रहा है उन क्वेश्चंस को सर्कल करो. ठीक है, और फिर हम डिस्कस करेंगे मैंने. ओके, नाउ लेट्स स्टार्ट विद टुडेस क्लास. ओके,
यस,
we were on the chapter coordinate geometry. Okay, and we have discussed the basics of coordinate geometry, what is Cartesian plane and all that. Okay, terms related to Cartesian plane, abscissa, coordinate, how to plot a point, everything. Okay, what are the different coordinates, where x is positive, where y is positive, where both are negative, where both are positive, where one x is positive, y is negative, where y is negative, and x is positive. Okay, now we have discussed the next topic was distance formula. We have discussed the distance formula also. Okay, so distance formula was what? Root x. And if you are finding a distance between the 2 points, okay, that is P and Q. The 2 points are P and Q. Then what will be the distance formula? According to the distance formula, PQ. The length of PQ will be root in one bracket x1 minus x2 bracket close square plus y2 minus y1 square. Okay, so that is your difference. That is your distance formula. That meant now we were on the distance formula only, and we were discussing questions. Okay, so we have left this. Now, problem based on geometrical figures. Okay. Now, what type of questions can come related to geometrical figures? Like, for example, it may ask you to prove that the points will be given. Measurements means measurement point value of A, B, C. Okay. The coordinates of A, B, C, D are given. Okay. Now, you have to prove that these points are related to or these points are of a triangle. Okay, these points are of an isosceles triangle or a right angle triangle or equilateral triangle or a parallelogram. Okay, so how can you say that by just seeing the points? Okay, how can you say that it is a triangle? We can draw a triangle with these points. Okay, so when we were studying triangle, then you have come across this property. Okay, that the triangle, for triangles, to show that it is the points are of triangle, you have to prove that the sum of the lengths of any two sides is greater than the length of the third side. Okay, any two side you have to see, if you're going to add the length of any two side, it should be greater than the third side. Okay, then that figure is a triangle. If it is asking in the question to show that there's triangle, you're going to use this. Okay, now for isosceles triangle, everybody know, for an isosceles triangle we have two sides equal. Okay, so you have to find out the value of all the three sides, like A, B, C point is given. So you are going to find out the distance between A, B, B, C, C, A, and you are going to check which two, if you are seeing that two sides value are equal, then that is an isosceles triangle. Okay, right angle triangle. Prove that the sides of triangles satisfy Pythagoras theorem. Okay, right angle triangle, you are obviously right angle triangle, so one angle will be 90 degree, and we know that in a right angle triangle it follows Pythagoras theorem. That means the square of hypotenuse is equal to the square of the sum of the square of the two sides. Okay, so we are going to show this. Okay, but for all these things, first you have to find out, you have to apply the distance formula, find out the distance between the 2 points, and then you are going to see, okay, according to the question what it is asked. Okay, now for parallelogram, what you have to do, you have to prove that the opposite sides are equal, because in a parallelogram the opposite sides are equal. In rectangle, similarly in rectangle, but in rectangle you just don't have to show that the opposite sides are equal, you also have to show that the diagonals are equal, because if opposite sides are equal, it is not sure that it is a parallelogram. Sorry, it is a rectangle only. Okay, it can be a parallelogram also. Okay, so you have to show that the diagonals are also equal. Okay, now if you see 7th point, okay, it is written that you have to show that it is a parallelogram but not a rectangle. How can you show that the figure is a parallelogram but not a rectangle? For that, you have to prove that its opposite sides are equal, but the diagonals are not equal. If the diagonals are not equal, then it will be a parallelogram, and if the diagonals are equal, beside the opposite sides are equal, then it will be a rectangle. Okay, so you have to remember all these points. Okay, square, prove that the four sides are equal and the diagonals are also equal. Okay, so you have to prove that. Similarly, in the rectangle, what we are doing, in the square also we have to prove, but here we know that in square all the sides are equal, so we have to prove all the four sides are equal and the diagonals are also equal. But diagonals are equal not to the sides. Okay, diagonal आपस में equal है. Okay, they are equal to each other. Okay, now rhombus, prove that the four sides are equal. Okay, rhombus is similar to square. Okay, all the four sides are equal, but in rhombus, the angle between the two sides is not 90 degree. Okay, so you can see here in the 10th point, you have to show that the figure is a rhombus. The points that are given, that is of a rhombus, but not a square. How can you prove that? Prove that its all sides are equal, but the diagonals are not equal. Okay, now let us see here some of the question. Now, as I told you, for showing any of this, you have to first apply the distance formula and calculate the length of all the sides. Okay. Now, one more thing, you can see that to show that the given quadrilateral ABCD is a square, we also use the following method. First, show that all the four sides are equal, then find diagonal. Okay, and one of the diagonal you can find, and just check that it is following the Pythagoras theorem or not. Okay, because if it is following Pythagoras theorem, that means the angle between the two sides will be 90 degree. Okay, because if it is a square, if it is a square, okay, so this angle will be 90 degree. If you're going to find out the this diagonal, the side value you already know, apply Pythagoras theorem and check that it is following Pythagoras theorem or not. If it is following Pythagoras theorem, then from the converse you can say that this angle is 90 degree, so it is a square. Okay, now let's see. Okay, now do the following. All the 3 points are given, form a triangle. Now, how can we say that it is the sides of a triangle? We have to prove that the sum of any two sides is greater than the sum, greater than the third side. Okay, so this is how we can show that these points are related to a triangle. Okay, if so, name the types of triangle formed. So you have to also tell that which type of triangle is formed. Okay, so how can you show that? If equilateral triangle, all the three sides will be equal. Okay. If it is a right angle triangle, then it should follow the Pythagoras theorem. Okay. And if it is an isosceles triangle, then two sides will be equal. Okay. So let's see which type of a triangle it is. Okay. So for that, what we have to do, first let us take that. Okay, first we are going to take that what are the different points. Okay, so we can say that A is equal to, not A is equal to, we can say point A. Okay, I'm taking A as 3, 2, B as -2, -3, and C as 2, 3. Okay, these are the 3 points. Now we have to find the distance between all the 3. Okay, so AB, I'm going to find out the distance between AB. So it will be what? Square, okay, plus 3 - 2 and 2 - 3. Okay, so it will be what? Root 5 square plus 5 square, which will be equal to root 50. Okay, now if you calculate root 50, so it will be, here I'm not just calculating, I'm just directly writing, it will be 7.07, 0 units. Okay, now we are going to find out BC. Okay, so if we are going to find out BC value, BC, so it will be what? -2, -2 square plus -3, -3 square. Okay, so it will be what? Okay, so it will be what? 52. Okay, so it will be how much unit? It is 7.21 units. Now, CA. Okay, CA or AC you can write. It will be what? 1 square plus minus
1 plus 1, which is root 2.
Root 2. And root 2 value we already know 1.414. So I'm just taking 2 units. So I'm taking here also approx units. Okay. So now you can see none of the side is equal. Yes. So it cannot be a what? It cannot be an equilateral triangle. Not even two sides are equal. Okay. So it first of all, okay, let's check the value. Okay. First we have to prove that it is a triangle. So for proving triangle, what we can do, like AB plus BC should be greater than CA, and then AB I'm taking BC plus CA should be greater than AB, and the third side will be CA plus AB is greater than BC. Okay, so you have to check this. Is it following? Check Rudronian and Shazan. Is all this valid? AB plus BC. If you're going to add AB plus BC, obviously it will be greater than CA because its value is just 1.41. If you're going to add BC and CA, then also it will be greater than AB. Okay, and CA plus AB, then also CA plus AB. Yeah, it is also greater than BC. So it is a triangle. Okay, these points are related to a triangle. Understood? In this way. Now it is said in the question that you have to show that if so, name the type of a triangle form. Now you can see here it is root 52, root 50, root 50 and root 2. Okay, so it is actually following Pythagoras theorem. Okay, you can see root 50 square is equal to root not 52 now 50 square plus root 2 square. Okay, so this can be written as 52 is equal to 50 plus 2. So is it following the Pythagoras theorem or not? Yes or no? It is following the Pythagoras theorem. Yes? Any doubt? So if it is following Pythagoras theorem, yes, Shazan. So it is a right angle triangle. Okay, so it is a right angle triangle. Understood? Any doubt, Trudoni and Shazan, in this? You have to remember all the properties, how you're going to prove that it is a square, how you're going to prove that it is a rhombus, but it is not a square. Okay, so like this type of questions can come. Okay, any other questions here in this page? Okay, show that the points 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 4, 5 are the vertices of a parallelogram. So how can you show that it is a parallelogram? The opposite sides are equal. Okay, opposite sides are equal. So you have to again apply the distance formula. Okay, distance formula. If you are going to apply the distance formula, you can see here AB value is equal to root 2. Okay, BC is equal to 2 root 2. Just AB is equal to root 2, BC is equal to 2 root 2, and CD is equal to root 2, and AD is equal to 2 root 2. Okay, so opposite sides. If you are going to draw a figure A, B, C, D. Okay, so AB is equal to root 2, BC is equal to 2 root 2, CD is equal to 2 and 2 root 2. So opposite sides are equal or not? Yes. So it is a parallelogram. Any doubt? Any doubt, anybody? Now let's start with the section formula. Now what is section formula? From the name section. Okay, a part. Okay, section. So what is the section formula? Right. In section formula, we are going to find out the coordinate of a point which is actually dividing the line. Okay, in two parts. Okay, in a definite ratio. Okay, you can see here we will derive a formula to find the coordinates of a point which divides a given line segment internally or externally in a given ratio. Okay, now there will be slight change when the point is dividing the line segment internally and externally. Okay, main thing will be same, only the sign will be changed. Okay, I will tell you. Now here you can see here line segment AB. Okay, this is a line segment AB, which is you can see which is divided by a point P. Just a minute. Okay, it is divided by the line P. Okay, in a ratio M1 is to M2. Okay, now what will be the value? What will be the coordinates of point P? I have written here. The coordinate of point P will be M1 x2 plus M2 x1 upon M1 plus M2. M1 y2 plus M2 y1 upon M1 plus M2. Okay, understood this? Now let us see how we got it. Okay, let's just derive it. Okay, now we know the ratio M1. Okay, let me draw this. See, okay, because we are talking about the coordinates, so we are going to draw on the coordinate system. This will be O, this will be X dash, this will be X, Y dash, this will be Y. Okay, now it was okay. A, B, and this will be P. Okay, now A point we are marking with x1 comma y1. Okay, and this we are marking at x2 comma y2. Okay, now this this P we are taking at x and y. Okay, now this the ratio of M, this is M1 and this is M2. Okay, understood? The ratio of M1 as M2. Now let us draw a perpendicular from all the points to the lines to the x-axis. Okay, we are drawing a perpendicular from all this to the x-axis. Okay, I'm using it. Okay, now similarly I'm drawing a perpendicular from all this point on the different. Okay, now I'm marking it as R, S, and T. Okay, and this I'm marking it as Q, and this I'm marking it C. Okay, understood? Now let's mark the points. Which color I should use? Okay, now you can see here. This is x1. The A point is x1. Okay, so that means this value will be x1. Okay, now if you see the point P, it is x. Okay, so that means this value will be x. Okay, the x coordinate I'm talking about. Now B, it will be x2. Okay, now similarly for A also, this will be y1. This one will be y. This one. Okay, understood? Now let us see the values. Okay, understood the figure? Okay, now let's. Okay, now if you see this triangle, this triangle, and this triangle. Okay, so they are actually similar. Okay, these triangles are similar from AA congruency. Triangle AQP, okay, is similar to triangle PCB. Okay, from AA criteria, AA similarity. Okay. Now how? See, I have drawn AQ perpendicular, and this also is perpendicular. So this will be 90 degree. Okay, and the slope are same. So the slope here is same. The slope here will be same. Okay. So since the triangles are similar, that means if you remember the similarity of the triangle, then if the triangles are similar, so the sides ratio are same. Okay, so it will be this, all the sides ratio will be same. PA upon BP. Okay, AQ upon PC and PQ upon BC. Okay, so this I am marking a second. Now, what will be the first point? The first will be the ratio it is given to us. That is what AP upon PA. PA upon BP is equal to M1 upon M2. That is the first. Okay, now if you see here AQ, the value of this AQ. Okay, in the figure AQ. Okay, AQ can be written as what? RS also. Okay, AQ can be written as RS, and RS can be written as X minus RS can be written as X minus X1. Okay, understood? Now PC, if you see the value of PC, so PCU can be written as ST. Now this can be written as ST can be written as TO. Okay, or OT minus OS. Okay, now this can be written as X2 minus X. Understood? X2 minus X. Now for PQ. Okay, all the values we are taking out. PQ. So PQ can be written as what? PQ can be written as PS minus QS. Okay, PS minus QS. Okay, this can be written as Y minus Y1. Okay, similarly for BC. Okay, BC can be written as BT minus CT. Okay, BT minus CT. BT minus PS, which is equal to Y2 minus Y1. Okay, understood? So AQ you have got as AQ you have got as X minus X1, PC you have got as X2 minus X1, PQ you have got as Y minus Y1, and BC you have got as Y2 minus Y1. Okay, now we are going to put all these values in the form in the equation number second. Okay, for PA upon BP. Okay.
You keep your voice when you sleep. Yes,
see, we have got the value of AQ, PC, PQ, BC. We have got the values of all these four things. Okay. Now let us put the value. The value of value in simply write value. Equation second. This is equation second. Huh? Yeah, equation second. Now what is there? PA upon BP. PA upon BP. Okay. It will be equal to what? X minus X1. Okay. And X2 minus X, okay, will be equal to Y minus Y1 upon Y2 minus Y1. Okay, understood? Wait a minute. Y2 minus Y2 minus Y will be
You broke it and floor. Oh my God. Then show me.
Okay, it will be y2 minus y. Okay, understood? Now, PA upon BP. PA upon BP, it is already given that the ratio is M1 upon M2. So, we are going to write it as M1 upon M2 is equal to X minus X1 upon X2 minus X, which is equal to Y minus Y1 upon Y2 minus Y. Okay, so this can be written as equation 3. Shazan and Rudroniel. Understood now how I am doing? Shazan is left. Rudroniel, any doubt here? Okay, now we have got, now we can compare this M1 2. Okay, we can compare this in the combination of 2. Okay, this is the way we find out the value. So if you are going to find out in this way, so M2 by M1 by M2 is equal to X minus X1 upon X2 minus X. Okay, so we are going to cross multiply and we'll get as M1 X2 minus X is equal to M2 X minus X1. Okay, so now what we will get here, M1X, M1X2 minus M1X, which will be equal to M2X minus M2X1. Okay, we'll take the coefficient, the X1 on one side and stop it. Okay, so we are going to take M2X minus M1X is equal to M1 minus M2X minus
No, I will not let you test my phone another time.
minus M1X2 and M2X1. Okay, so we can take here X common and it will be minus M2. We can take the minus common, minus M2 plus M1. Okay, and it will be equal to, here also we can take minus common and it will be M1X2 plus M2X1. Okay, now minus can be cancelled. Okay, we are going to multiply with minus both sides. So it will be what? X value will be equal to M1X2 plus M2X1 upon M2 plus M1. Okay, so understood, Rudroniel, this value, and similarly we are going to do for Y also. Okay, there's no difference between for Y. For Y, we are just going to compare M1 by M2 is equal to Y minus Y1, Y2 minus Y1. Okay, so that will give you, so what it will be, what is here, M1 by M2 is equal to Y minus Y1 and Y2 minus Y, and this on simplifying will give you Y is equal to M1 Y2 plus M2 Y1 upon M2 plus M1. Okay, so this is here, this is the coordinates. Okay, these are the coordinate, this is the coordinate of the point P. Okay, X and Y. Okay, X and Y was the coordinate of point P. Okay, so we have got the value of P. Okay, so what it will be, so which implies that I'm using this color, P is equal to P comma XY is equal to M2X1 plus M1X2 upon M1 plus M2 comma M2Y1 plus M1Y2 upon M1 plus M2. Okay, this is the value of your PXY. Okay, now this is the case when this is the case when we are talking about, just give me a second. Okay, this was a case when the point P was dividing AB internally. Okay, you can see here this P point was lying between A and B. Okay, now there's a special case when the point, not special case, you can say the case when the point P will lie outside the AB. Okay, it is dividing it externally. Okay, you can see here in this figure. Okay, that a P point is externally. Okay, if P point divides the line segment AB externally in the ratio M1 M2, then your formula will change. Okay, the changes in that the minus, the plus sign, they will putting the plus sign, that there you will put the minus sign. Okay, you can see here this formula. Okay, here everywhere plus is there. Formula is same, M1 X2. Okay, M2 X1. Only the sign has changed. Okay, so when the point P is dividing the line segment internally, the sign will be plus, and when it is dividing the line segment externally, it will be minus. Okay, and this is for external division. Okay, now special case. What is the special case? Okay, see, we were talking about M1 M2. Now what is M1 M2? The ratio in which the point P divides the line segment. Okay, The special case is that when this point M, this point P divides the line segment into equal ratio, that is 1:1, when P is the midpoint of the line. Okay, when it is midpoint, then it is actually dividing in the 1:1 ratio. Okay, so when the ratio is 1:1, so when whatever you multiply with 1, you are going to get the same number. So in that special case, I'll just mark that ratio. Okay, internally in the ratio 1:1, then the midpoint of the line segment, and this will be your formula. Okay, and it will be simply, if you know that it is dividing in the ratio 1:1, so you can just simply apply x1 plus x2 by 2, comma y1 plus y2 by 2. Okay, for example, now this is not the example, this is the questions. Okay, now we'll discuss one question at least today. Okay, now let's see the question. Okay, so what is written here? Find the coordinate of the point which divides the line segment joining the point 4, -3 and 9, 7 internally in the ratio 3:2. Okay, so we can take A as 4, -3 and B as 9, 7. Okay, and ratio M1 is to M2, we can say at 3:2. Okay, we can assume it. Okay, now what will be the value of P x, y? It will be P M1 x2 plus M2 x1 upon M1 plus M2, comma M1 y2 plus M2 y1 upon M1 plus M2. Okay, so now if you are going to apply this formula, so M1 will be 3. Okay, 3 multiplied by x2 value will be 9. Okay, plus 2 multiplied by 4. Okay, upon 5. Understood? And here M1 will be again 3 multiplied by 9 by 7, it is 7 plus 2 multiplied by -3, 5. Okay, this is the value. Okay, now you just have to multiply and write. So it will be 57 plus 8.5, 21 will be -5. Okay, so it will be 5. So what will be the point? P will be 7 and 3. 7, 3. Okay, so value of P is 7, 3. So 7, 3 is the required point which is dividing the line segment AB in the ratio 3:2. Okay, Rudronia, any doubt till here? Rudronia, any doubt till here? So I'm just ending the session here only because it's already 47, and okay, just go through these questions. Okay, Rudronia. So bye bye till next class.